Good morning everyone. Welcome to the third session of chapter 7, One Friday Morning. Now open your books on page 50. Students, you will be able to learn word meaning phrases and understand the chapter well. You will also be able to answer the questions easily. Students, today we will read and understand page number 50 and also mark the word meanings and phrases on it. But before that, let's have a quick review of what we have read earlier. Students, we have read that Nancy Lee was called by Miss O'Shea to give her the news that her picture had won the Artists Club Award. Miss O'Shea also told Nancy Lee to prepare an acceptance speech. Nancy Lee prepared her speech to thank the judges and her teachers. Then she slept, dreaming of the bright Friday morning. Here are the set of questions. You will be able to answer these questions on the basis of your reading of page 48 and 49. Let's read the questions. Number 1. What news was given to Nancy Lee by Miss Dietrich? Number 2. How did Miss O'Shea congratulate Nancy Lee? Question number 3. What did Miss O'Shea tell Nancy Lee to prepare? Question number 4. What did Nancy Lee promise the vice principal? Question number 5. What did Nancy Lee think the night before Friday morning? Next question. Whom did Nancy Lee want to thank for the award? Next question. Why did Nancy Lee want to thank Miss Dietrich? Next question. What was Nancy Lee dreaming about? Now let's discuss the difficult words with their breakups and meanings. First word is ashamed. A-S-H-A-M-E-D. Ashamed means felt shame. Now next word is committee. C-O-M-M-I-T-T-E-E. Committee means a group of members. Now come to next paragraph. This word deny. D-E-N-Y. Deny meaning refuse. Now in the same line there is the phrase the stars in our flag. The stars in our flag means stars in the American flag showing the justice and equality. Now next paragraph there is word strength. S-T-R-E-N-G-T-H. Strength meaning power. Now next word is courage. C-O-U-R-A-G-E. Courage meaning boldness. Now come to next word auditorium. A-U-D-I-T-O-R-I-U-M. Auditorium means theater. Now next phrase on the next page is keep me down. Keep me down means make one feel defeated. Now let's discuss the phrases. In her office again. Uske daftar mein dobara. Now next phrase. In the neat blue dress. Saaf neeli poshak mein. Next phrase. To receive the award. Puraskar lene ko. Now the next phrase is to give you this message. तुम्हें यह संदेश देने को. Now come to next phrase. To remove the offer. सुझाव हटाने को. Marked everyone? Okay, now come to next phrase. Of strength and courage. ताकत और हिम्मत का. Now next phrase, towards the auditorium, Sabha Mandal ki or. Marked everyone? Very good. Now let's start the reading. At school on Friday morning, Nancy Lee was asked to see Miss O'Shea in her office again. Soon after, Nancy Lee knocked at Miss O'Shea's door. "Come in," came Miss O'Shea's voice. The vice principal stood at her desk. There was no one else in the room. "Sit down, Nancy Lee," she said. Miss O'Shea did not smile. There was a long pause. Now students, on Friday morning, Nancy Lee was called into the vice principal's office the second time. Nancy Lee knocked at the door and went inside. Miss O'Shea stood at her desk and there was no one else in the room. Miss O'Shea did not smile. This shows that she wasn't happy. Now let's read the next para. I do not know how to tell you what I have to say, the elderly woman began. I am ashamed for myself and for the city. Then she lifted her eyes and looked at Nancy Lee in the neat blue dress sitting there before her. You are not to receive the award this morning. Outside, the electric bell rang. Loud and long, Miss O'Shea remained silent. Then she said, when the committee learned that you were colored, they changed their plans. Nancy Lee said nothing. Now students, here Miss O'Shea was hesitant. She did not know how to face Nancy Lee. She was ashamed of herself and the city. Now tell me why she was ashamed? She was ashamed because Nancy Lee would not receive the award. Then, with a heavy heart, Miss O'Shea told that when the committee came to know that Nancy Lee was colored, they changed their mind and denied her the award. Now let's read further. Nancy Lee, I am very sorry to have to give you this message. But my speech, Nancy Lee said, was about, the words stuck in her throat, about America. Miss O'Shea had risen and stood looking out of the window. I know, said Miss O'Shea, slowly facing the room again. Miss O'Shea felt sorry. Nancy Lee asked Miss O'Shea, what about her speech? The words stuck in her throat. She could not speak. Then Miss O'Shea stood up looking out of the window. Now, why Miss O'Shea stood up and looked out of the window? Miss O'Shea stood up and looked out of the window because she was upset and she was not able to face Nancy Lee. Let's read the next paragraph. Those who deny you this award do not know the meaning of the stars in our flag. But it's up to us to make them know. As a teacher, I will go before the school board and ask them to remove the offer of any prizes or awards denied to any students because of race or color. Students, now Miss O'Shea consoled Nancy Lee and told her that the people who denied her or refused her the award did not know the meaning of the stars in the American flag, which stood for justice and equality. She also told Nancy Lee that she would go before the school board and ask them that no prizes or award should be denied due to discrimination on the basis of race or color. Let's read further. Miss O'Shea's clear blue eyes looked into those of the girl before her. The woman's eyes were full of strength and courage. Lift up your head, Nancy Lee, and smile at me, Miss O'Shea said. Nancy Lee lifted her head and smiled. The bell for assembly rang. She went through the long hall towards the auditorium. Here, Miss O'Shea looked into the eyes of Nancy Lee with strength and courage. She told her to lift her head and smile. She said so to encourage her. Nancy Lee did the same. She lifted her head and smiled. Then she walked through the long hall towards the auditorium. Now let's read the last paragraph of this chapter. There will be other awards, Nancy Lee thought. There are schools in other cities. This won't keep me down. But when I'm a woman, I'll fight to see that these things don't happen to other girls as this happened to me. And men and women like Miss O'Shea will help me. Here, Nancy Lee thought to herself that there would be other awards and other schools. Means that there would be more opportunities for her. This was not the end. This would not let her down. She also thought that she would fight for all this when she grew up, so that such discrimination does not happen to other children and people like Miss O'Shea would help her. I hope you have understood the topic well. Now come to page 51 of your books. From the text, exercise A. Match the questions with the correct answers. There is one answer which does not match with any of the questions. Now, number 1. What good news did Nancy Lee receive from her vice principal? Number 2. Why was Nancy Lee called into the vice principal's office the second time? Third question. What did Miss O'Shea plan to convey before the school board? Fourth question. What did Nancy Lee decide to do when the committee changed the decision? Now, A part. Fight against the discrimination and make sure that such things do not happen to other girls as well. B. Remove any prize or award that is denied to any students on the basis of race or color. C. She had won the Artists Club Award for her picture. D. Think calmly about her acceptance speech. E. The committee had changed their decision to give the award to her. Now students, you will match column A with column B and solve it here on your book. Now come to page number 52 of your books. Question number 4. How do you think Nancy Lee felt when the vice principal told her that the committee had changed their plans? To answer this question, refer to last paragraph of page 50. Question number 5. Miss O'Shea had risen and stood looking out of the window. A. Why do you think she was reacting in this manner? B. Find a sentence from the text to show that she was upset. To answer these questions, refer to third paragraph of page 50. Question number 6. Nancy was not given the award because she was colored. What do you think of the injustice done to Nancy? To answer this question, refer to third paragraph of page 50. Question number C. Answer these questions with reference to context. Lift up your head, Nancy Lee, and smile at me. A. Who is the speaker of the given line? B. Why did the speaker say this? What does this tell about the speaker? C. How did Nancy Lee respond to this statement? To answer these questions, refer to page 50, last paragraph. I hope you will be able to answer these questions. Read the chapter again for better understanding and follow your SNAP homework schedule. Thank you everyone.